The Davids take Manhattan. They finished first and second on American Idol. And now David Cook and David Archuleta have really hit the big time. They're performing live on our plaza today, Thursday, May 29th, 2008.
We have American Idol winner David Cook here this morning, fresh off his huge victory. There he is in the makeup room right now.
Getting dolled up.
And we have the runner-up, David Archuleta, in his own dressing room. Not because he's a diva, because he needed a place to do his homework this morning. There he is right there. They will perform together live on our plaza for the first time since the big finale.
Such a good boy he is.
And got a big crowd outside.
He sure does. There's a whole group of older women who love David Cook. Cougars for Cook. Did you know about that?
No. Do you have a membership card or anything like that?
I might have to sign up today.
7:30 now on a Thursday morning, 29th day of May, 2008. A great crowd out on the plaza this morning because the two finalists from American Idol, David Cook and David Archuleta, are going to perform out there in just about 1 hour. We look forward to that. Meanwhile, back inside Studio 1A, I'm Matt Lauer alongside Mary.
For the first time since the Clay Aiken Ruben Studdard showdown this year, two guys were the finalists for the American Idol crown.
It was the soulful rocker David Cook versus teen singing sensation David Archuleta. More than 97 million people cast votes to pick a champion.
The winner by 12 million votes of American Idol 2008 is David Cook.
And American Idol winner David Cook and runner-up David Archuleta. Good morning to both of you.
Did it ever get old watching that piece of tape, David?
It's always a little strange, especially sitting next to Archie.
You look shocked.
I was.
Because the night before, everybody was sort of saying it was going to be the other David, who also performed brilliantly.
Yeah, I mean, after the judges' comments on Tuesday, and then we came in Wednesday morning, and they told us the voting percentages, I pretty much said, okay, silver's not so bad.
How much did your confidence grow, David, when you heard Simon say, I think it's a knockout the night before?
It didn't really, because I didn't agree with him. So just kind of like, well, thanks.
Oh, you didn't think it was that clear cut?
No, I didn't. I mean, come on, it's Cook.
I actually talked to your dad the day after the knockout comments, and your dad said to me on the phone, I'm not getting that carried away with this. The voters still are going to have the say on this, and it turns out the voters did have a different opinion than Simon.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trip. I think the voting margin is a little misleading given the fact that there were 97.5 million votes this year, which is amazing. But I refuse to believe that I did 12 million votes better than David Archuleta. I stood on the side of the stage for all three of his performances. I loved it. So,
well, it almost doesn't matter with Idol because you don't have to win to go on and have a great career. I mean, we've seen that repeatedly.
Yep, for sure. I think the format of the show is just to find undiscovered talent, and just because one person wins doesn't mean there's not a ton of talent in that season. So.
You two really like each other, don't you? This is real.
He's okay.
Can we get to the whiteout, the elephant in the room for a quick second? This whole controversy over your dad, who, by the way, is in the studio here. Yeah. Did it distract you at all the discussions about he was banned from backstage and he was having a negative impact on it? Did it distract you, and did you get caught up in it too?
I'll let you answer first.
Well, I just tried not to. It was hard to really focus on anything else but your songs and stuff. So just kind of like, I knew there was some stuff going on. I didn't really pay too much attention to it because, it's like, if it was really happening, then maybe I would be, a little more worried about it. But it just, you're so worried about your songs. And, my dad's a great guy. I get along with him fine and stuff. He's allows water.
I think, as an unbiased observer, I never really noticed any of the negative stuff that people seem to want to bring up. Dave's a 17-year-old kid, and all I ever saw from his dad was a lot of support. I mean, his dad obviously wants him to do well. So.
Well, we're going to get to hear from you guys, not only more in a little bit of an interview, but you're going to get to sing together for the first time since the finale, by the way, out on the plaza. And you got a lot of people out there who are very eager about that. So David and David, there's your crowd right out there. We'll hear from you in our 8:30 half hour. And we're back right after this.
All right. Well, nice to meet you guys.
American Idol finalists and our crowd can't wait for their live concert. That's right after this.
glorious day here in Midtown Manhattan. Enormous crowd out on the plaza, and that's because these two young men, American Idol winner David Cook and his runner-up David Archuleta, will be taking to our country stage in our next half hour, much to everyone's delight. So meanwhile, I'm right there with Matt Lauer and Al Roker, and coming up in
We're going to find out more about what went on behind the scenes.
all right.
And we've got fashions from Sex and the City, how you can dress like the ladies, and the 5 things that you want.
How do you know what 5 things would make me happy?
Well, I have a pretty good idea. I think everybody so too.
All right, so we've got a lot coming up, but first,
Check of the weather. Let's show you what's going on. First of all, that's your latest weather. Now let's head on down to Washington, D.C. and say hello to Monsieur Willard Scott. How are you, sir?
Hey, you're my American Idol, baby. I'd vote for you 15 times. Can you do anything?
Nothing. I got nothing.
Listen, honest man, you should come to Washington. Happy birthday.
Randy Jackson from American Idol. You've seen them on TV. Now come see them live as Pop-Tarts presents finalists from American Idol.
Check out Brooke, Carly, Chikizi, David A., David C., Jason, Christy Lee, Michael, Ramiel, and Saisha. American Idol's live, one night only. Friday, July 11th, the Rose Garden. Reserve seats on sale now at ComcastTIX.com. The box office, select Safeway locations, or charge by phone. Produced by AEG Live.
we're back now, 8:30 on a Thursday morning. It's the 29th day of May, 2008. This crowd has been growing all morning long and getting louder and louder because the concert from David Cook, the American Idol winner, and that man right there, the runner-up, David Archuleta, is just moments away. First time they're performing together since the finale of that show about a week ago, and that should be great. And there they are up on stage. Ready. Meanwhile, an hour long, I think Corey Roker Aaron's still making her way in the elevator down from the top of the rock. And also coming up, we're going to talk to a young lady who's really kind of had a great...
David Cook and David Archuleta live in concert, finally. First, this is today on NBC.
Toyota Concert Series on today. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. Toyota, moving forward.
David Archuleta was picked as an early favorite on this season's American Idol, and when it came down to the final performances, Simon, the judge, declared that his performances were a knockout. He finished second, but he's still number one in the hearts of a lot of fans across the country. And David joins us this morning. Hey, David, good to see you again.
Oh, thank you.
They're screaming at you over here. They are screaming. You know, you have so many fans, in particular a lot of teenage and 20-something girls. How does that feel?
It's something I'm not really used to, I guess. It's still kind of weird to see. You know, I haven't really seen the fans in the little American Idol bubble, and it's great to see everyone out here and supporting. Thanks so much for coming.
You were 16 when this show started. You're 17 now, and you have been in arguably one of the most pressure-packed situations that anybody is ever going to perform in. Do you think this has set you up well for a career down the road?
Well, I'm hoping for the best. You know, you can never tell with what will happen with these kinds of things, but I'm just really excited to see what's in store.
But it'd be hard to imagine you could ever be nervous for anything you face in your career after what you've already been through.
Well, you know, you never know when you get nervous or not. Sometimes it just happens all of a sudden. It's like, oh.
You're not nervous now, though.
No, just a little cold.
Then we'll let you warm up. What are you going to sing?
I'll be singing "Think of Me."
Ladies and gentlemen, David Archuleta.
Think of me fondly when we said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free. If you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. Think of all don't think about the things which might have been. Think of me, and won't you think of me, and imagine me trying so hard to put you from my mind. Think of me, please say you'll think of me. Whatever else you choose to do, there will never be a day when I won't think of you. There will be a day when I will never think of you.
Thank you so much. With more music from David Archuleta and David Cook. Then they sing together. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Give it up again for David Archuleta.
This is the time of both your lives. I'm getting misty, and I'm so proud of you both. Congratulations.
High above Chopper 4, looking at the plaza that is packed to the gills because this morning we've got David Cook and David Archuleta of American Idol fame, the winner and the runner-up, and they have just turned on the plaza with a couple of great songs. Guys, it's really, really nice to have you here. First of all, thanks for getting up early. And give me an idea what the summer holds for you. What's the tour like? What's going on?
Well, the tour starts July 1st in Glendale, Arizona, and we go all the way to September 13th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we got a little bit of a job, but it's the top 10. We all have our solo sets, so we do some group numbers and some duets, and so we got a lot of surprises along the way. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And David, we mentioned earlier in the show you were in the dressing room doing homework, actually, on the computer. Is it going to be tough to kind of get back to the grind of school when all this has been happening in your life over the last several months?
Well, it might be a little difficult, but I've been doing school every day since I've been here doing the whole American Idol thing, so so I'm trying to keep up with it.
What do your friends think of the fact that you're Mr. Famous now?
I don't know. I just kind of talk to the ones that, the ones I talk to are still pretty normal. So yeah, they're been great.
You should do what Al does. Just get new friends. You know,
every 6 months, whether you need them or not.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Hey guys, I know there are a lot of people who would love to shake your hands, and again, congratulations and thank you so much for being here. David and David, thanks very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Meanwhile, we've got some things coming up in this half hour, including the things you were talking about before, the 5 things you think are going to make you happy, don't always make you happy. We'll have some advice on that.
All right, and then ladies and maybe some gentlemen, it's opening tomorrow. We're talking about the movie Sex and the City, and of course, it's already making big waves in the fashion world. And if you want to work with Samantha, Charlotte, or Miranda, we're going to show you how you can without paying designer prices.
The two Davids making their way into the crowd, sending them into a frenzy.
Yes, it is a fan frenzy.
That's right. And if you want to take your family on a vacation, but you don't want to bust the budget,